Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, love, light, and positivity. I've been doing a lot of research on the Gemini moon that we're currently in right now, and it made sense to me because I was going over things of the past, like not the far past, but the recent past. Like how far have I gotten from where I started to where I am right now? Has there been a lot of turmoil or indecision or slow motion in between, right? And since I'm not working alone on one particular venture, I did have to reach out to, you know, my partner, so to speak, in order to get a little bit more updated or, to be given a clear, decisive plan or, what is actually a doable path. Because what I was led to believe or what I chose to believe, who knows, right? When you're so excited about going into a venture, sometimes that becomes a little bit blurry. Do you know what I mean? But what I do know is that I am very diligent and I'm always on task. And if I don't articulate something, it's not that I didn't think of it. It's not that I forgot about it. It's that my intuition told me that maybe I should step back and, wait for divine time and, guidance and counsel from my spirit team or from the ultimate one, in the entirety, right? Because the ultimate one is everything. It's everything, but it's nothing. I'll explain it to you if you want, but not right now. In any event, the Gemini moon allows us to take retrospect, if you will, of the last 6 months, 9 months, year, whatever, tops. Just to see where you started to where you are to what you've accomplished, in relationship to the list of goals that you may have had. I don't know about you, but I have a list of things and I like to check them off as they're completed. Except in this one particular venture, I can't click off an entire project as complete and done, even though my part of it is completed, because now I have to rely on outside influences or structure or team or whatever the scenario may be for you, if you're resonating with the type of situation that I'm facing right now, right? For them to step up and complete their part, or at least fill you in on where you are right now. And the Gemini moon also offers us not only an ability to reflect, right? To have retrospection, if you will, right? But it also gives you the ability to set your intentions on what you would like your next 6 months or your next 9 months to unfold or form into through your diligence, your actions, your manifestations, your positive direction, right? Your good intentions, your clearly stated objections, right? And or proposals, if you will, not objections. That came out wrong, but it was proposals, like what you intend on having completed or what you want to be well in the way of creating. Okay, like for me, it would be getting my first book completely behind me. Well, not really behind me, but published on all platforms with a functional and formatted website that I can access. And I could see, what's going on with the other platforms that are offering the content or my book, right? And that I would be able to say, okay, now I could rely on the royalties, the revenue received from the sales, because now the book is far and wide, and the publicist has gotten me noticed by more of the majority, further and further and further, because that's my goal, to reach every soul, everywhere, on every aspect of this world, right? So, in any event, I want to be able to publish my second book. And then I want to start publishing my children's series, where spirituality through the Emerald Tablet teaching is offered to children to give them an opportunity to pick younger in life if they want to go the religious route, the spiritual route, if they have, a purpose that is more humanity geared, or the planet geared, or the animals geared, because that's pretty much all spiritual, and that's really not so much religious, because religious has a complete different set of content, we'll say. And yes, some people will argue with me about that, but I'm not gonna debate anybody's belief, because everybody deserves to believe in what resonates with them. I just believe in, and what resonates most with me, is that you don't need to put harm to another person, place, or thing, regardless of what your point is that you're trying to put across. You could do that with love. You could do that. Yeah, did you ever hear you get further with honey than you do with sour? Like you get further with sweetness than you do with sourness, right? So you would go further with honey than you would a lemon, theoretically, But regardless, I believe that everyone should be treated fairly, unitedly, unified, everyone. I don't care who you are, what you look like, how many arms or legs you have or you don't have, what the color of your skin or your hair may be. I don't really care about any of those things. What I care about is, do you love yourself? Do you love, helping others? Do you get joy out of seeing someone smile? Are you putting your positive foot forward? Are you walking your destiny? Right? Those are the things that, everyone as a society should be interested in individually. I can't do it for you. I can help you with the tools, and understanding the lessons and obtaining the value and cultivating them into usable, assets that you can carry for the rest of your life, that you can even pass forward. But I can't actually do it for you. And, many people in my past, expected me to be able to do that. And that they soon found out was a task unachievable. Because of free will, because no one is being fed that date rape pill. What is that? It's some kind of pill that makes you susceptible to the suggestions of others, right? It's completely chemical based. It's disgustingly horrible for everyone. But yet this, pill exists. And some people use it for ill intent. And I pray for those people. I pray that they find the light and they find the love within them, and that they stop using, you know, any type of bad technique or crutch, if you will, in order to achieve, you know, what they think that they need, but because it'll always be short-lived and it'll never last. And if you find yourself in any type of position where you can relate to that, you know, please reach out, because it's very important that you understand, you know, that walking on the right side of everything is always better than, you know, hanging on the fence on the negative side, thinking that you're safe, because you're not. You're really not. You'll lose your grip. I've seen a lot of people do that, and a lot of people fall. And, you know, it took them a lot of strength and a lot of courage within themselves in order to rise up to where they knew they should be, you know, and I give them a lot of, you know, accommodations for that, because, you know, they call that going through the dark night of the soul, you know, and it is quite painful if your wounds are deep, you know what I mean? But if you want an easier way in order to let go and release and, you know, to make sense of it all, just remember that the contract that you created before you came here outlined a whole lot of things that you wanted to experience and overcome. So maybe this is one of them. And maybe this is your opportunity with the Gemini moon to finally overcome the obstacle and turn it into a challenge, right? And be triumphant. And then, you know, obtain the value from the lesson and pack it away as a usable tool for the future, you know, like a great asset. That is quite possible, because during this cycle, you know, this is what's going on. And I watched a video yesterday about divine astrology. And what I found out last night, and that's how you're affected by the planets and the motion in the cosmos, and it dictates your path on the moment that you were born into this earth. So the moment that you were born, right, that you took your first breath of air, and at that moment, whatever was in the sky, you know, in the cosmos, you know, the planetary systems, even the constellations, that's how you're being guided. And, you know, it was pretty explosive for me to hear, because it made a whole lot of sense on why certain things make more sense than others during different times of the year, you know. And I'm learning more about that, so I should be able to give more information should you have, you know, a question about as far as your placement goes. But in divine time, everything will be revealed. And when you seek, you know, internal guidance and go over your past checklist of where you came from to where you are, and you're creating your new checklist to where you want to be, keep all of those things in mind, and definitely reach out and use the modalities that the universe is providing through, you know, astrology, whether it be divine or, you know, just regular, through tarot, through breath work, through numerology, most definitely, through your intuition, your spirit team guidance, and through me, because I will always lead you where you need to be, and that would be on the best side of life that accents you the way it was meant to be, perfectly. Love, light, and positivity, my lovely friends. And don't get lost within the Gemini moon. If you find yourself in a negative place because things may not have been how you thought they should be, quickly transmute that into positivity and add that to your next list, your to-do list for the next 6 months. Blessed be. Have a great day.